Yeah, ease them in.
So I can be like, oh, bam! Oh, they fell away. Oh, hey!
Hello. Oh, hey.
Nice in your hair. Welcome to 38th episode, Deciphered.
Episode.
Episonic. Welcome to the 30th. Yeah, we're here.
I'm back.
We're here. He's queer. I'm Kieran.
Stop. I'm Rob.
Sweet Jesus. Today we bring you a podcast. We had last week off due to circumstances. And we are back with a vengeance, you mother hubbards. Should we start with the news?
We should start with the news. I feel like we should start with the news because
So-
we should just mix it up a little bit.
Go crazy.
Go absolutely fucking ballistic.
Then do the outro. Then do the topic.
That sounds great. But the news.
Kind of starting off with kind of funny news. Joey Gader Jr.
School of Rock dude.
School of Rock dude, the kid that was in School of Rock, well, one of them, obviously, not all of them.
The kid in School
the
of Rock.
singular child. He's been arrested as an adult for stealing. He's been arrested 4 times for stealing guitars.
What?
Yeah.
How can you wait? So he's been arrested before for stealing guitars,
3 times before.
and now a 4th one.
Yeah.
And what? This time is the first time that he's been tried as an adult. Or...
I don't know if he's been tried. I just know he's been arrested again.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we've got half of it news for you, but yeah, it's pretty mad that you go to School of Rock, become famous for acting as a guitarist, and you come out. I'm gonna do it when I'm older.
I'm gonna steal some guitars. At least it wasn't the drummer. That would have been a more impressive feat, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal some drums.
Yeah.
Jack Black. I'm gonna steal some kids. Anyway, so that was that.
That's
basically.
literally it.
Yeah.
Kind of
okay.
funny news.
Yeah. Moving on to really not so funny news. At
Yeah.
all.
So if you saw me last week, no, it was us, wasn't it?
No, it was both of us.
It was us.
Thanks.
Getting confused with all.
Making me
I was getting confused with the reactions. Yes. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Basically,
yeah, Keith Flint died.
Wow, just throw that out there into the world.
Well, it's true. Yeah, so we knew it was suicide because his bandmate announced it on Instagram, but it's now unfortunately confirmed. I guess it's fortunate it's confirmed. But the point
I'm sorry, I really shouldn't be smiling while you're talking about this, but you're just such a fucking pleb. I forgot what I was saying. Somebody died. Fucking hell.
I said Keith Flint died.
Well, yeah, alright, fair enough. It's more than
You're going to mock me and quote me, then
I didn't say I was
mock me
quoting, I'm
and quote me
paraphrasing.
wrong. You're a paraphrase.
You're a
You're a
fucking
paraplegic.
slag. Oh, wow, I'm a paraplegic.
Come crawling back. Now then,
brutal.
this is not a good time for this.
This is
yes,
not. So
Keith Flint, has, we know, passed away. Unfortunately, he died. It's confirmed today by the coroner as hanging.
wow, fucking hell. So that's what, the 3rd that we've talked about on this podcast alone?
Probably, yeah. At least the 3rd, obviously Chester, Chris, and Keith.
Yeah. Fucking wild. What is going on? What is going on? I mean, to be fair, I mean, with Keith specifically, he always kind of said once he's done, he's done. Like, he doesn't really, we won't see any need to carry on. But you never really know whether or not to take somebody seriously when they make sort of
I just
comments
thought
like
that would have been about music when we're done.
Oh no, he
done.
specifically has said in interviews before that, like, when I'm done, I'll just kill myself.
Oh.
Once I've got nothing else to do, once I've made it.
And people probably should have taken it more seriously than they did.
Yeah, but then, to be fair, the same probably could be said for all 3 of those, just as examples, because
I don't know enough about Chris to comment, but Chester, it was in his music.
yeah,
but it
for
wasn't
sure.
as obvious as going, I'm going to kill myself when I'm done.
No, but yeah, specifically quoted in interviews to have said such things.
There you go. Sad stuff.
Yeah.
On to the topic.
Yeah.
So we got 15 bands. Give me 5. Give me 5. Thank you. 15
I
bands.
thought you were talking to the camera. It's like, well, that's not going to happen. But give me 5.
And yeah, we've got 15 bands and we've got 5, don't give me anything, categories. And we're going to rate the bands out of 10 at the end. So the 15 bands in one particular order, which is the order we're doing it, are Queen. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't really go through it properly. Classic bands, and we see how they would fare today if they started today. The 15 bands are as follows: Queen, Pink Floyd, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath, Bon Jovi, Twisted Sister, Kiss, AC/DC, Def Leppard, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, Pantera, Faith No More, and Guns N' Roses.
Pantera.
Pantera. It's the era of the pant.
It is era of the pants.
Hi, Sophie.
Should we start with Queen?
Yes.
And we've also got how many have we got? We've got 5 pieces of criteria. There you go. I'm pretty sure you'd already said that. 5 pieces of criteria to go through. Do we want to read those out? Or should we just,
far away.
Uniqueness in the present day, competition in their genre, level of controversy, image, would it change, and current day relevance.
Yes, how the world around the band has changed.
Yes. So yeah, some pretty heavy going criteria to mark against. Wow. And we're going to start by probably throwing up everywhere because
It's a killer Queen.
Yeah. So uniqueness in the present day.
Yes.
I personally I think Queen probably could stand to
A very unique band still.
Yeah. I'd say so.
I must point out that this order was not planned. Well, it was planned obviously, but it wasn't planned in the last couple of days. But yesterday I saw Bohemian Rhapsody for the first 2 times, and I'm fucking high on Queen right now, so this probably might help their favour. But yes, either way, uniqueness in the present day absolutely can still very unique. There's no band like them now.
Nobody has come along like Freddie Mercury since then. People have tried, but nobody has nailed it. Not even close.
No, they have failed.
I mean, uniqueness in the present day could mean a lot of things, so it's not just about Freddie Mercury. I mean, what else is unique about the band? What makes the band?
I think the style of their songs, it's not constant guitars and drums. There are big parts in Queen's music where it's just Freddie, or it's just this part here, which is just like just that instrument, for example. Whereas usually in this day and age, the bands, you've got the vocals, drumming, guitar, and all going at the same time. Your typical solo stuff in the centre of the song, whereas Queen kind of did it towards the end of the song in some of their songs. The arrangement of their music is quite unique, that's what I should say. That's how to put it into one sentence.
Fair. I also think the sort of variation in the sound of a lot of their songs. You've got some of their songs that you could sort of liken to one another, but then they've also got songs that are just like fucking...
So sorry, it's such a struggle.
What, with the
plastic,
packet
sorry.
and stuff, don't worry. Yeah, you can sort of like link some of their songs together for sounding not like the same but similar in that kind of sense, but then they've also got songs that are just fucking completely out of the catalogue.
Yes, by rap.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust as well.
Yep.
Crazy bass line that's memorable as fuck.
Yeah,
doesn't
for sure.
really sound like any of their other songs at all.
We are the not we are champions. Well, actually, yeah, we are the champions. But We Will Rock You. That stamp cap is
Pinnacle.
not something. Yeah, pinnacle in history for sure. If it came out today, it's still unique.
So okay, so yeah, actually no, I agree. So competition in the genre. Well, that's fucking difficult because Queen don't really have a genre. They're like, some of it's rock, some of it's poppy, some of it's like, and some of it is
operatic.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a complete array of genres there. Queen never really had a genre, like you said. I mean, if you class them as one overall, you'd probably say rock. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they have much competition due to the fact of how out batshit crazy they are at times. I'm trying to think of any bands that could possibly rival them in this day and age.
I'm really desperately trying to wrap my brains of that right now. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling to find a band that's sort of varied in that kind of stuff. I don't know.
No.
Competition in their genre. So,
not much. So well done.
Yeah, fair fucking play to them.
Okay.
Level of controversy. If anything, I think that they probably would have less about them nowadays. Because, you know, obviously
homosexuality is okay now. Yeah, the controversy, like if you got AIDS still, that would be controversial, I guess. But
yeah,
people know a lot more about AIDS now than they did then.
Pretty much, yeah. I think it would be one of those things that, rather than people just being like, "Wow, that's so bad. What is it?" It'd kind of be like everyone would just feel a bit more sorry for him and
try to get help.
For sure. Obviously, there's a lot more that can be done about it nowadays as well. Wild.
Other than that, the controversies, I don't think they'll be that high. Which I guess if we're going, whereas the other two, the more uniqueness and the more level controversy, the less is better.
Yeah, the less is definitely better. And yeah, not quite as controversial, I don't think, because it was a big thing in the papers at the time too, says Sophie Ray. Yeah, perfectly valid point.
Oh, you were reading that. I was reading that while you were talking. I was about to mention it and I realised exactly what you said was that.
Excellent.
Good stuff.
I'm so glad you're on the ball.
Good work.
Well done.
Well done.
So level of controversy, then we can probably agree would be
lower, not 0.
No. I think if they still dressed as outrageously as they did,
yeah,
there'd be some people in this snowflake generation that would be. Oh, he's got too much of his shoulder on show. He's wearing a vest. What's going on?
Yeah. There's also less racism now as well, and he got a fair bit of racism at the start.
Yeah, because he's half
from Zanzibar, I think.
Oh, there you go. So, yeah,
his dad was Indian, or the other way around to marry his mum. Anyway, yeah. So low controversy. I'm sure, like, if they release the "Don't Stop Me Now" video, wait, is that the
Want to Break Free
cross-dressing video? Yes. I feel like that may spark a bit of controversy still because it's cross-dressing, but who cares?
Maybe, but at the same time, with less controversy because of the homosexuality, maybe that would just be
them.
Yeah, maybe that would just be, people would see that more as just an expression of that, really. So I feel like that could go either way potentially, but that does move us on quite swiftly to Image.
Yes, Image, and would they need to change? The Image would be very outdated now.
It would be very outdated now, but can I imagine Freddie Mercury bowing to anybody?
No, not even slightly. He would do what he wanted to.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to say that their image wouldn't change. Whether or not it would need to change, like, by today's standards, by...
Not that much, I don't think.
I really don't think so, no. I mean, you're not going to come out and wear skinny jeans when you've been dressed to the absolute levers in glam and leather.
Sophie thinks the hair would need to change, definitely. Most definitely.
Most definitely. Well, I mean, tell us why that is.
I mean, the hair towards the end, for Freddie at least, wasn't so blasé.
Because it was falling out.
Well, yeah, we also cut it.
Yeah. So what, are you on about just the wild male? Oh, mate, can you see that picture? I mean, yeah, fair.
I hate guys with long hair anyway. Pricks.
Okay, so cool. So Image, maybe the hair could be. I mean, yeah.
I'd probably get rid of his mustache too, but that's just that.
Fair. Current day relevance. I think that this band would still be perfectly relevant to this day.
So, with the relevance, it was more pushed out on how the world around them has changed as well. So, it's gone in their favour with, again, less hatred towards homosexuality, more things in place like LGBT and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Again, race, like, there's a lot more people of different ethnicities in England now than there were in the 70s. And that's probably helped their case too, because there's less racism, or at least less vocal racism.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, to see a Zanzibarian, if that's the correct term, fronting an English band, I'm sure it didn't go down too well with a lot more people than it would do now.
Zanzibaric. Cool. So I mean, are we in agreement though that they'd still be relevant?
They'd still be super relevant, yeah.
Yeah. Marvo. So then the rating system, obviously out of 10, and that is just a broad figure to give everything that we've just talked about.
Yep. How you think they would fare if they came out today?
I would probably say like 7.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would say a good 7, 6 or 7.
See, I'm pushing 9.
Are you really?
Yeah.
For that
because I feel like
strength.
I think they could come out today and be the same size they were in a few years' time.
Ooh. Don't know about that, man.
They came out now. Yes, there's obviously there was more competition back then. I would say
more competition, but also more people that were into the music, into that specific style of music.
But it's captivated everyone from every genre. Rap people love Queen. metal people love Queen. Country people love Queen. Everyone loves Queen.
I wonder where you were going to go with that. Country people love Queen. They probably do, to be fair. I know I do. Never mind. So you're going to, on the side of like 9, I would say 7. So should we go in the middle and say 8?
I want to go separate ones, unless you want to agree on them. I'll go with 9. Let's go separate.
Let's go separate. Okay,
ratings.
so I'm going to go...
And read them out at the end.
7
family
out
event.
of 10. Be a family event.
Like,
So PG.
I'm not intentionally doing this, but I guess there's 5 categories, and I'm going to rate them on each one, maybe 0, 1, or 2 points out of them. So if they're super unique in the current day, I'll give them 2 points, and that'll be
That's how
2
you're
out of
going to
10.
rate your system.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
And with this,
I'm going to freeball it, because I'm hard.
the only one that like dropped it down a bit was possibly the image. Like the world around it has changed to help them. The level of controversy has gone down. That helps them. Competition is down. That helps them. Uniqueness is still like very unique. That helps them. Just the image could be slightly different.
Yeah, fair. I can agree with that. So we move on to Pink Floyd.
Yes.
This one's going to be quite an interesting contrast, I feel, because uniqueness in the present day, some and some.
In the middle, I'd say.
Yeah.
They'll still be fairly unique. There's not much like Pink Floyd going on now. Oh, hello, fire behind us.
Wow.
Crikey.
We're burning Pink Floyd.
You're hot. You're on fire.
Wow. Hello, Titch.
Went out. Hey, Titchy Poo. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, yeah. Fucking hell.
Sexy bitch. That's the first of a birthday shout out. Well done. Well done.
Well, yeah. Thank you for making Deciphered History, bro.
Just watch myself beat the fuck out. Yeah, sorry, Pink Floyd.
Did the fire go out afterwards?
Yeah, no, it was before. Fucked it.
So you were just beating the shit out of me for nothing.
Yeah,
basically.
cheers, John. Pinkety Floydy.
Pinkety Floydy. Uniqueness in the present day, yeah, I'd agree. It's kind of like maybe there would be some of their songs would kind of constitute as unique, but a lot of their stuff I think just wouldn't go down very well nowadays. Like having half albums of instrumental filler with crazy fucking spaceship noises in the background.
Yeah,
maybe not so much.
No, this is not. I kind of guarantee this will be less than Queen out of 10.
Less than Queen out of 10.
Yeah.
Like that's a standardized unit.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this Queen out of 10.
Queen out of 10 cats, disagree. Right.
Lovely.
Yes, so uniqueness, I would say there's still enough uniqueness, but is it very much...
enough uniqueness enough uniqueness to sort of warrant a 1,
Is
I
it
think.
key?
A 1. So that's got to be the
1.
1, mate.
Can I get a 1? Do you want one?
And that's pretty much all we can really say about it.
Yeah, like they're weird, they are unique in their own way, but
I don't think it would go down very well.
Uniqueness in the present day is not that. It's the uniqueness is a 2. The present day part of it makes it 0. And if you put 2, take away 0, yeah, stick with 2. But we're going with 1 because it's in the middle.
Yeah, that I completely get that logic.
Math,
wherever it is. Competition in their genre.
Not much again.
I would say not really, although it depends. If we were looking at these as just like a single band coming out, there are lots of other bands that have the sort of like the acid rock kind of feel thing to them now.
Yeah.
So it'd all be under the premise that, you know, these bands haven't existed without Pink Floyd. But if we're literally just taking them out of the past and putting them in the future,
yeah, so that's
I think
a good
so many
point
other
to
bands.
make.
Yeah, so many other bands would have done this by now.
It's a good point to make for you, lovely viewers, and that is if we're not taking them,
Hayley.
we're not taking them out and destroying their history, because obviously they've influenced bands, so their influence is still there, but it wasn't them kind of thing. So we're not going to go, oh, let's do Metallica, let's take them out of here, and they start today. That means all the bands are different because they weren't there. We're doing it as if all the bands were still the same before them.
Okay,
cool. So yes, their competition isn't very high. There, but not high.
Yeah, I guess there's not really enough bands out there to warrant it being like particularly high. I'm gonna have to give that a 1 again then.
Yeah, I'm wanting.
Level of controversy.
I'd say a bit higher than it was back then, because to come out with all this, not the band themselves being controversial, apart from the fact they're stick shit on acid. I think the controversy of the songs would be like, this is a bit too much.
Like what?
Not say controversy. Like controversial doesn't always mean like terrible things. It's just like
Oh my god.
it will raise questions about how they would make music in this day and age that is basically spaceship sounds over instrumentals for 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's low controversy, but
I was
going to
say, is it fair to call that controversial though? I guess in a sense, yes. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So that's probably going to hit another 1 again then, because it's not like
it's even like a.
It's not like they're racist or anything like that. That would
No.
be like whoa, wild, but
Certainly not.
controversial in the sense that I think it just wouldn't go down very well.
Yeah, and people like this is a bit like a bit blasé and a bit strange. I
Okay.
said blasé twice in this episode. I don't know, I said the word blasé.
Blasé.
I've said it 4 times. Yeah, so image would need to change. I don't think the image would need to change that much. They're just dudes that wear clothes.
Quite thankful for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
it's not too mad.
In terms of their sort of with image, are we like counting album arts and stuff like that? Because obviously there's, and in actual fact, maybe we could go back to level of controversy with that. They've obviously got album art with naked women with their butts out,
The boots.
their boots out. And I don't necessarily think that would go down a treat nowadays.
No, I don't think it would, but I don't think it would be that crazy. It wouldn't be as bad as like if Nirvana brought out Never Mind Now. Speaking of controversies, check out our last full-length episode.
2 weeks ago now.
Yep.
Madness.
Album artwork controversies. Including some really fucked up shit.
Yeah, for sure. So image, would they change? No.
No, I don't think so.
Not at all. So we can give them a 2 for that because their image would still be relevant.
Yeah.
Okay. And current day relevance. This is where I fall down with these guys, I'm afraid.
So how the world around the band has changed. Their fan base isn't there now. Like they were perfect for their time because of the hippie movement and all that kind of shit.
The hippie movement.
Yeah.
The whole acid rock thing, the Jimi Hendrix kind of leading off of that kind of stuff, and just that whole kind of let's do a few tabs and go and see some bands at Woodstock.
Hippie lives matter.
Hippie lives matter. Love it.
That's the movement.
Yeah, it's a good movement.
I don't think the world has changed around them much, but to the current relevance, the world has changed around them, and not to their benefit. I mean, it's a lot more PC in terms of drug use and crazy, funky sounds. While it's still cool and it still would go down well, it's not really helped them that much. So I'm going
Would
to
you really say drug use, especially in reference through music? Would you really say that that's PC now?
Not PC, but no, not PC, but in the comparison to what it was back then, when it was like everyone who was anyone was doing drugs and.
But that's the thing, because everyone was doing it.
That helped their cause.
In a way, but they didn't have to mention it all that much. It was just a given through the style of music that they played. Whereas nowadays, the music scene is literally like flooded, not even just saturated. Like it is flooded with rappers that literally talk about how cool it is to do Mandy and.
True.
Up,
I guess I was thinking more towards rock, but because in rock it's definitely died down a lot. I would say anyway. You don't hear the stories of the crazy rock and roll guys.
No, you still just assume that it goes on because it does, and there isn't a rock bands that have seen some success that are around today that haven't dabbled with over excess for sure.
I mean, no doubt, but I just think
they don't write about it.
They don't write about it, and they don't this day as you hear about it more because it's on the fucking we have the internet, and I don't think that many bands these days went to the extent that a lot of bands back in those days did. Granted, you have a lot of bands that get off their face on cocaine all the time. You don't hear about it as much, but I don't know. There's so many more bands now compared to what there was then. And there's so many less stories. I don't know.
In terms of their other stuff, like the rest of what makes their catalogue up, they've obviously got some songs about the war, some songs about Sid, some songs about just stuff that really isn't relevant anymore. So I can't actually bring myself to give them any marks for current day relevance myself.
I was thinking the same.
Just purely because there's none of their songs really would fit in. If they were releasing exactly the same songs, none of them would really fit in with the
Yeah, I
scene.
can't see it happening
No,
very well.
no. So that's a big old 0 from me for that, which brings me to a total of 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Wild. Wild.
Yeah, 5 out of 10.
Crazy.
I expected to do less before this, you know.
Sophie Ray says, there's a hell of a lot of stories of people going through rehab recently, but instead of acid, heroin, it's defo more on the lines of alcoholism and ket. Well, that's a cat. I was just like, wow, Trina Watson, you are a drug.
I mean, other than Ollie Sykes, I've not heard about ketamine with anyone. Alcohol, definitely.
There's probably quite a few others that have dabbled in ket. I mean, obviously, it's more of a thing with movie stars and actors, like actors and actresses and stuff as well. Wow, you look so majestic.
Oh, stayed tucked in my ear.
Don't ever do that again. That was too scary. How attracted I am to you. Iron Maiden.
So I was watching it back now.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh. So, just to give you guys a little bit of context, we can watch ourselves back like a good sort of 10-15 seconds. So, if we ever see us just sort of stall after something's happened and we're just.
Yeah, we'll just watch ourselves.
Maiden.
Oh, yes, the Maiden.
Iron Maiden.
Iron.
Madion.
Yes, now this is interesting because they're one of the few bands here that are still going.
Yeah.
However, if it came out today, that's the question.
Uniqueness in the present day, very little, if
Not
any,
music at all,
really.
yeah.
Because there are so many metal bands that sound like them. Obviously,
Wow.
the kind of tricky thing with this is that there are a lot of metal bands nowadays that sound similar to these guys and draw influence from these guys because they draw influence from these guys. If they weren't around, obviously it's fair to say that bands wouldn't necessarily sound the same, but under the premise that they did, they would find themselves in an oversaturated scene for their style of music.
Yeah, it'd be harder to ride up the ranks than it was for them back then.
I think the only things that would really do them favours in this sort of state is guitar solos. They've still got a bit of uniqueness about them for the way that they structure their music, I guess, but particularly guitar solos.
Yeah, but I think it also helps the case of their Britishness, that there's not as much competition for them right now in Britain as there would be if they're American. Like
But
going up the local
uniqueness in
scene.
the present day specifically.
Oh yeah, unique. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to only give that a 1 because they're not overly unique at all, but there are a couple of aspects. If I could give it a 0.5, I probably would, but
Yeah, I was thinking 0.5, which we don't do on this program.
no, we don't do point nothing. So it's 1 for me. What about yourself?
I'm tough. I'm torn.
I'm tough. Fucking hard,
Fucking
mate.
hard, you fucking what? They get fucking 0.5 because I said it. No, they don't. Not that tough. Not that fucking hard. Not that fucking Brazilian.
Whoa.
Competition in their genre.
Competition in their genre. Lots, really.
Yeah.
They, like I said, it kind of goes hand in hand with uniqueness in present day. If they're in an oversaturated kind of scene, they've got a lot of competition. How would they stack against that competition? I would like to say, and it's definitely biased because I love Maiden, but I would like to say that they do well, but the fact of the matter is probably not as well.
No. 9.
I'm going to give that a 1 again, not a 9. Definitely not. It's only out of 2, mate. Calm down.
I'm gonna give it a 1 as well. I was almost 0. But yes.
I still
give it a
think
1.
I still think that there would be some things that they would still have in the current scene.
Yeah, but competition is they'll definitely put up a fight and they'll definitely be a band, I think. But in terms of actual competition itself, I feel like it's a fair amount. But there's other bands in here that have a lot more competition. So yeah,
Haley
1.
Hart says Maiden, they do it better though.
Yeah, well, I was delusional once. Right.
Wow.
Level of controversy. Not high. Never has been.
Never has been. Trying to clutch at straws. Like clutching at straws through that sort of medium some people could potentially nowadays anyway, especially nowadays because people are just generally a bit sad nowadays.
Bring your daughter. I don't have a daughter, Sophie. Neither does Rob. You should know this. Oh, to the slaughter. The daughter to the slaughter. I say yes, I love my dad. You're slaughtering my daughter.
You're slaughtering my daughter.
Right now.
Yep, for sure. Slaughtering my daughter. Level of controversy. I'm gonna give them a 2 for that because they just don't have any.
I agree.
Cool. So that gives them a little bit of a boost up. Anyway, Image. Now this is cool. Particularly on stage, obviously Maiden have a very unique kind of presence. Eddie the mascot making an appearance at pretty much every show, if not every show. And I definitely don't think that would need to change.
Eddie, sorry.
Yeah.
Eddie Guerrero. No, I don't think he would have to change either. I feel like that would still go down well in this day and age.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that they have a mascot that's that kind of like prevalent in their music is something that isn't like mad hyped about nowadays. So I think it would still be a fairly unique sort of thing as well.
Yep.
So yeah, Image. I
running the English flag. That could be a bit controversial if it came out this month because hashtag Brexit.
Hashtag don't look at our politics.
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke. Animatronics are so much better now. So,
what are you talking about?
I suppose part of Image, really. I'm actually going to give them still a 2, just because obviously you could say that some of their stuff is a bit outdated, like, you know, their outfits and stuff like that. They've still got that kind of like classic metal look to them. But I still think it works. I still think it works to this day. Really.
I think they'll go down fine.
Yeah.
Same for me.
Yeah.
How would the world change around them and the current relevance?
I mean, virtually every single one of their songs is about war, and nobody really wants to listen to that anymore.
I don't know if I think a Death Punch is one of the biggest bands going.
That is true.
Motherfucker, war is the answer. Check it out. So, the world, for them, it hasn't changed too much. Like, they're just, because they've never really gone too far into political stuff, like, as a band, well, maybe their music has, but as people, they haven't, to my knowledge anyway. I'm sure Bruce Dickinson is a raging Tory. And they've kind of stayed clear from all that. I don't think the world changing, like, there's nothing in their band that's controversial, like you said, and that's really where the world changing comes into it. So if it's not controversial, not much changing will affect them. Colour and relevance between bands, again, that rock scene has died down a bit, but I still feel like they could make a big jump. So I'd give them
a 1 for that. A mark of 1.
I'll give them a 2 for that.
Okay, yeah, fair. Cool. So that caps us off then. So what is your overall mark for Maiden? Because I haven't been keeping track of yours.
I'm still stuck about uniqueness. So it was 1, 2.
I'm gonna go for 8.
2.
I have a feeling you'll probably be about a 7.
Oh, I go 7 or 8. I'm trying to figure out if uniqueness is 0 or 1.
I think there are some things that would still make them a fairly unique band, just not in every aspect, and in more aspects than not, I guess. They would be quite similar to other things in nowadays.
Yeah, I'm going to agree on 8. When I can fucking write in English numerals. Going back to Queen, because you didn't use this thing for Queen. Do you still think you stick at 7 for Queen?
Yes, yeah. Because I went back over it while we were talking about Pink Floyd. I sort of went back over it in my mind. And yeah.
So uniqueness for Queen, you put?
Uniqueness is 2.
Yep.
Competition in their genre 2, because they pretty much don't have a genre.
Yep.
Level of controversy, I still think that's got to be like a 1. Image, some things need to change, that's a 1. Current day relevance, okay, maybe I could bump them up to an 8. Because, yeah, current day relevance, I still think they'd be able to pull it off. So, yeah, Queen has now moved to an 8 out of 10.
Balls deep.
Balls deep. Metallica.
Metallica, fuck yeah, I'm coming down to good.
I agree. However, uniqueness in the present day.
Not very well.
No, not at all.
It
So
would
many
be-
shredders, so many heavy metal riffs now, so many solos, so many heavy drums.
Yeah,
There are basically so many Metallicas out there now.
yeah. So whilst we don't do points like 0.5s, this would have been like 0.4, so it's going to a 0 for that one.
Yeah, fair play. I'm gonna have to agree actually.
Madness.
Uniqueness in the present day, pretty much zilch. But I suppose that's the price you pay when you influence virtually every other metal band
Yes,
that's come out.
exactly.
So in that sense, it's kind of more of a compliment than anything. It's like, wow, you guys basically are a failure to your own system.
Yes.
Um,
Think of the children.
competition in their genre.
Again, quite high. A lot of bands are like them.
A lot of bands are like them. I still think that they would be able to smash some of them out of the park.
For sure.
A good deal of them. So I think for that they get a 1.
Yeah, I agree.
But certainly not. You know, they're certainly not fucking. They're not better than every band out there, in my opinion. Obviously that is an opinion for sure. But yeah, 1.
They're definitely one of the best at their game. I would say it currently.
Okay. Level of controversy. There's basically none.
And you got to think also before, like this is them coming out today. It's not like they would start off with like the Master of Puppets era, and that shit is incredible, and that would go down. It's go down a lot better than newer stuff, like
Yeah,
Saint Anger, for
probably.
example.
Yeah, most likely actually.
But yes.
I'm
Jizz
still gonna
Blood.
give it a 1. Still gonna give it a 1.
What are you on about with Jizz Blood, Sophie?
The album cover that we spoke about the other week. Load.
Oh, Metallica. Yes, sorry, makes sense.
Load for controversy. Yeah. Level of controversy. Yeah. If people actually commonly know what that is, because I feel like as an album cover, even fans of the band might not have known what it was as such.
Less people know than it's not an obvious one where it's like a fucking. Like,
There's
never
nobody
mind.
with a shotgun wound to the head on the front cover anyway, so it's not that obvious. But for anybody that doesn't know, album cover for Load is a mixture of bison blood, is it? Or
Bovine.
bovine blood and somebody's semen.
Yeah, the artists. And Sophie says we live in an age of social media. Would defo get out? You say that, but Rob didn't know about it until last week.
This is true.
Cool. So controversy, pretty low. So I'm gonna give them a 2. Like the album cover, yeah, but
That's
still don't
one.
think
That's
it's-
one needle in a haystack
Yeah.
of perfectly fine sort of things. So yeah, I would say they get a 2 as well.
image where they need to change. No, not all.
Not
slightly.
at all. No, there's fuck all about them that needs to change really.
No. Funky logo. They dress pretty normally. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
2. I mean 2.
Yeah.
2 is 3.
Cool. And then current day relevance. I still think that they would be somewhat relevant, not like massively. If we're assuming that all of the bands that they've influenced are around and have been around, and they're now the influencers.
Influencees.
Influencees, yes.
Receivers of influence.
Yes. Then they'd be in like quite a saturated kind of scene, but they would still have, like you said, like Saint Anger maybe not so much, but Master of Puppets kind of stuff would definitely have its own. You look at it, see, demonstrating. Yeah, I still think that kind of stuff would still go down like a treat, like you said. So
Yeah.
I think they get a 1 for me for that.
How the world around the band's changed though.
War. Again, heavy theme for them is war, and
Yeah, that's why I don't think the world has changed enough to affect their relevance, like in the world. So, yeah, for me,
okay.
2. Can't believe fucking Metallica are getting lower than Maiden.
Yeah.
7 for me.
7 for me. Crazy.
Next, on to Noir Sunday.
Black Sabbath.
Yes.
Yes, Noir Sunday. Uniqueness in present day. This is going to be an interesting one, actually.
Yeah, unique. I'd say still pretty unique.
Yeah.
Because while they created heavy metal, right, they didn't like things have evolved from it quite a lot. You don't hear many bands that sound like Black Sabbath did.
No.
So, whereas like you could say Iron Maiden are the kings of like rock or hard rock, or Metallica are the kings of metal kind of thing. A lot of bounds allowed the bounds to sound similar. Whereas Black Sabbath created metal and it's just evolved and changed from them.
Yeah,
so I would say entirely unique still.
Yeah, I would definitely.
Un, deux, trois, take one.
Competition in their genre again for that reason. Then they wouldn't really. I mean, they would. They would have, if you sort of tarred them with the brush of like they're a metal band. They would have a lot of competition, but because they still sound the way that they sound on this premise, I guess, and no other bands have done it since then, really. I think competition in their genre, they'd still find a way to rocket to the top of their genre.
Rocket to the top.
Rocket to the top.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
So that's got to be a 2. Level of controversy. Biting a head off a bat on stage nowadays. Granted, he thought it was a fake bat, but
yes, was that not his own show though? Technically,
I don't know.
I think it was an Aussie show. Either way, we'll put it in. Yeah, pretty controversial. They're satanic symbols and like
pentagrams and shit like that. And
yeah, and the words and meanings in the lyrics would be pretty damn controversial, I'd say.
Plus Black Sabbath.
Yeah. Black Jesus. Robots in disguise.
Thank you. I actually think that they would probably cause quite a stir.
Yeah. I would say that
I'm struggling between a 0 or a 1, yeah.
I think it'd be controversial enough to be an issue for the band in this day and age. Especially where everyone's fucking offended by everything.
Ozzy being Ozzy probably wouldn't give a shit.
Not at all.
Yeah, so.
But
he'd probably find
he's got the privilege of not giving a shit now because he's at the height he is. If they came out brand new today,
and he wanted the band to succeed, then he would have to give a shit, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm happy to give that a 0 to be fair, because I was really stuck. Image. They've kind of given birth to Image in that light, really. They were the first sort of metal band to come on stage dressed in all black and in a certain way, and
yeah.
So that's really interesting.
I'm going to keep you on comment duty. My phone's battery's shit. I think they wouldn't need to change it. Personally, coming on stage like that. But I also think that their image wouldn't be as effective now as it was back then. So, I'm going to give it a high 1. I don't think they need to change their image. They can come on stage like that. It wouldn't affect their career.
So what, would you still give them 2 then?
No, 1.
1 for that.
Just because their image wouldn't, like, oh no, actually, it's difficult because with Metallica I gave them 2 because they wouldn't need to change anything about it at all. These guys would have to change anything about it at all, but I'm marking them down because it wouldn't have the same effect, which isn't really fair on them. So no, I'll give it a 2.
How diplomatic of you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with a 1 for that, just because you made the point and I was very much like, yeah, I get what you mean. Like, it wouldn't do them any like wrong to still be dressed the same way and to still sort of, but then image has to encompass things like the pentagrams and stuff like that all over set design and like stage design, still part of like the image of that they're putting out. So I think if there's a level of controversy and stuff like that, then I'm gonna have to mark them down slightly, just because some of that stuff would, in theory, have had to have gone through their level of controversy. They would have had to have ditched some of that stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it a 1. Current day relevance.
Now I want to go back to 1. Now you made an extra point about controversy. What do I do? I'll go back to the end. How the world has changed in current relevance. The world has changed quite a lot around them. There are
certainly since the late 60s.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. But would it really affect them too much how the world has changed?
No, because I mean that's basically, in some ways, that's basically, you know, kind of some of the underlying connotations of songs like Crazy Train. Everything's just a crazy train. I don't think so. I think they'd ride that wave. I think that they'd still be writing songs. If they were writing new songs now, as well as like if they release all of their old stuff that's already out. If they release that now and then continue to write songs, I think they're just, do you know what I mean? That would be part of their demographic, really. That would be something that they just doesn't bother them.
Yeah, I think that's a 2.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to.
Which is crazy.
Crazy.
Just going back to the image, we need to change 201, 201, 201.
I think if you were dead set on a 2, then me making that point wouldn't have swayed you at all. It wouldn't have even been worth considering because you would have been like, no. Here's the Scooby, mate.
The big scoop. You got to beat the butter scoop. Yeah, wee little buddy. No, I'm sticking with it. 8 out of 10 for me.
Cool. That is a 7 from me.
Ooh, you're right.
Alright, mate. So we move on to Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi, which could be a tough one to go for, actually.
Yeah.
This
uniqueness in present day, zilch.
Do you think zilch?
Pretty much.
I don't know. Mainstream rock is very dead at the minute.
Yeah, but you need to imagine that other artists would have still come out since then and done all of that would still be popular to this day. There would still be golden oldies that were around at the same sort of time as Bon Jovi that we would still listen to because they're golden oldies. If Bon Jovi were to come out in the modern day, I don't necessarily think that they'd touch down very well.
You're probably right. No, I think you're right.
I do love the fact that in this image, though, the guy next to the blonde-haired dude just looks like a really old version of Iron Man.
I am
Robert Downey
Iron
Jr.
Man. Yeah, I know, but uniqueness. So he says there's no uniqueness in the present day.
I'm erring on that side, yeah.
Because the bands, if they came out today, there's not many bands out now in that music. So I'd say it's pretty damn unique.
But there's a reason that bands don't really do that anymore, and that's because people that would come out and try and do that now would probably just be like, well, why would I listen to you when I've got bands like Bon Jovi?
But that doesn't stop them being unique. That just stops people wanting to listen to them. Doesn't help their cause.
Cool.
I would say they're pretty damn unique if they came out today. There are no bands now really doing what he's doing, to my knowledge.
There are pop artists that play with live instruments that do what they do, pretty much.
But the music they release is not the same as what Bon Jovi released. They're not a rock band, they're pop artists that have their shit. And then live, they're better, because they have a backing band. But really, you don't hear much of them on their tracks, like on the radio. Because this is one of the, probably
Bad
the
Medicine
only...
was Bon Jovi, wasn't it? Is that Bon Jovi?
I don't know. Like a bad medicine. Yeah, that's Bon Jovi.
I don't even know how to process what you just did, but alright. Okay, I'm going to give them a 1 then, because you do make a compelling point and it made me think twice.
Compelling, I like that. I'm going to give them a 2.
You are, Marvo. Competition in the genre. I think they still would have a lot.
Yeah, I think they would have. Whilst I said just a second ago for the uniqueness, while I do think they are unique, the competition of what's in at the moment, not necessarily music that's like them, but the competition of what's in would shroud their chances of getting big.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So maybe a 1.
I'm going to give them a 0.
You are? Fucking hell. Okay.
Yeah.
So then specifically competition in their genre.
Oh yeah, touche. Give them a 9. Competition in their genre. Yes, cool. That is the topic subcategory. Oh, my jaw just clicked. That was really annoying. I thought it was gonna lock that. I got a podcast like this. I like it. Bon Jovi. Stick it on my tab. I don't know.
I think it's...
So, competition in their genre. There's not much competition in their genre because...
Their genre doesn't really exist at the moment.
Yeah, so I'm going to give them a 1 because they don't deserve 2 for having no competition because the genre is shit. going to end up with like Bon Jovi got like a 10 out of 10 because they just happen to have no competition. That's not fair. So 1.
Level of controversy.
Absolutely 0. Never has been.
I feel like there's been scandals to do with him before. But I could be wrong.
Scandalous.
I don't know of any off the top of my head, so that's got to be a 2 really, because
Just anything if they came out today, the controversy would arise that they are about. There would be the kind of Greta Van Fleet controversy of, oh, you're a band that sounds like nothing recently, but you sound so much like Led Zeppelin. Bon Jovi would be like, oh, you just come out today, you sound just like X band.
Poison.
Yeah, you sound just like them.
White Snake.
Sort of ish, yeah.
With a little bit more like.
So
Okay.
I think there's a tab of controversy if they came out today. So give them 1 rather than a 2. Image with any change? Not really. I mean, that hairstyle's probably not doing favours, but yeah, image is fine.
Yeah.
Give him a 2, I guess.
Wow. This is getting scary.
It is getting higher than I thought it would.
Current day relevance.
Well,
I still think a lot of the themes that run in their music would be fine for today, especially for mums.
yeah, yeah. That goddamn driving music, all the cleaning music, as I said back in my day.
I'm gonna have to give them a 2 for that. I
Current
really
relevance. I just think how the world around has changed. Nothing that will affect them.
No.
Current relevance, though, like again, like you said, the genre is dead, and that brings down how relevant they would be. So I'm gonna go with a 1.
Would it though? Because if this is under the premise that like, if you can say that about uniqueness in the present day and give them top marks for that, if they're basically going to front that genre again in the here and now, how can we assume that that's going to not go down well?
Because it's not really a big thing. It's something that's happened already and died. It's not a new thing. It's like if a fucking new metal band came out now.
But then take a look at Greta Van Fleet, to use your point.
Touche,
They
yeah.
have controversy about them and people are like, oh, you sound just like Zeppelin. Everyone's still fucking listening to them.
Yeah.
Everyone still can't wait for the next Greta Van Fleet album.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to give them a 2.
Grammy Award winning.
Yeah. I'm going to have to give them a 2. Which scares the living daylights out of me because that's now the highest on this list for me.
What is it, 9?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'm not going to
You
give
can't
them
be biased. You can't be like, oh, I'm not going to do that because that will be the highest on the list. You have to mark
that.
it.
No, it won't, yeah, I'd mark it properly, but it's either 7 or 8. I can't tell. I'm not going to give them a 2 for relevance, just because. Yeah, I am. So yeah, 8.
Crazy. Bon Jovi skyrocket to the top ranks. Who would have fucking thought it? Twisted Sister. This is going to be an interesting one as well.
Yes, it is.
Uniqueness in the present day.
I'd say it's fairly unique, not massively. They're definitely not ununique.
No, yeah, they definitely don't deserve 0. Do they deserve a 2? Probably not.
Hair metal's still a thing, man. It's still going around.
Yeah.
And
Steel Panther are still fucking highly sought after at festivals, and they've got obviously they've got the comedic kind of aspect to them as well, but people like their image. And they're pretty much the only other band that still do that are still playing. I can't really think of many other bands. I know Motley Crue have re-announced some stuff recently.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do an album.
So I mean, obviously there'll be those guys, but even they don't dress as wildly as they did.
No. Wow. 1 for me.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Competition in their genre, again.
Still have a little, but not oodles.
Not crazy, yeah. So
1 again.
Probably.
1 again.
1 again.
Level of controversy. Intriguing.
Now they had their controversy in the past because
Yeah.
Dee Snider went to court about, I think it was censorship, maybe.
Mad.
Because
Who'd have thought?
one of their albums got censored or something like that. I don't really know what happened. Even though I watched a whole clip once about the court case, so it's come out of my memory.
Do we think that same level of controversy would apply today, if not worse?
No, because the things they were fighting against have been put in place since then. So you could say that that court case, well, it will still would have happened, with someone else in its place. So everything in history still happened. So I think there would have been a little bit less controversy, and by less I mean not much at all.
So 1, 2. I'm gonna give it 2.
2, yeah.
Okay.
Image would they need to change? I don't think so. I think their image would help them in their case for hair metal because it's hair metal. But even if it's under a different name, it's like because the genre may change from hair metal to shirt metal. I don't know.
To what metal?
Shirt.
Shirt metal.
Yeah.
Flannel metal.
Denim metal.
Denim metal.
Bottom cut jeans metal. Boots with the fur metal.
With the whole club looking at hair metal. Okay, I'm out.
Yeah, it's been great seeing you guys this week. Join us next week when we sell our liver. Yeah, so I think that image.
I keep noticing like our image, like our feed, like keeps. I've noted one of the times that it's happened, and that was at 54 minutes 40. But yeah, it keeps like zipping off for a split second.
Oh,
get like a bleak screen.
welcome back.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for joining us. In today's episode, we'll be bringing the news and moving on to the topic. Coin. Right. Yes. Twelfted Southsters.
Twelfted saucers.
Should we do an audio check as well? I want to do an audio check just to make sure our audio is checking. Checking it out.
Six.
Audio check.
Just hold that right next to you, man.
Time zone movement. Anyway, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, that's a bit of an inception inside the podcast. That is.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Image on Whitesnake. I think their image would not need to
of
change.
Whitesnake?
And yes, one of the bands that are not on this list. Twisted Sister.
Yes.
I don't think their image would need to change. I think their image would actually help them because they're so.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a 2 for that.
I'd say it for the 5th time. They're pretty blasé.
I'm gonna give them a 2 for that.
Yeah, they give them a 2 for that.
Current day relevance. So that's themes of the music. That's image. That's the whole shaboobie.
That's what I'm going to get.
I think they would still be able to find a fan base, so they wouldn't be like completely irrelevant. But I don't think that they are. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that they're like. Oh mate, I don't even know what the right word for it would be. I don't think that they would like swarm the scene, if that makes sense.
No, I agree.
So perhaps 1 for me.
Yeah.
I mean, how the world. It feels harsh, but
like the whole thing, like hair metal kind of thing. Well, not the whole thing, but part of it was like lock up your daughters because we're gonna shag them all. Above legal consent, of course. And tell that Scorpions.
I was going to say, apart from in Scorpions' case.
And but yeah, and that's kind of died off with the like more PC world we live in.
Yeah.
So I think they still have some relevance, but the world has changed a bit around them. So I'll give them a 1. And that's still well higher than I thought they'd be.
Yeah, that tops me off at a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 or something.
Crazy.
A home girl.
Kiss. Kiss is
now
next.
Or later?
Both. Uniqueness in the present day. I mean, to be fair, obviously other bands like Slipknot have got the masks and stuff going on, but in terms of like the face paint and like the.
But they're not coming under image though.
Well, yeah, I guess, but it's part of what makes them unique as well in that sense.
Yeah, I was only thinking about music in that case, but
musically they're not very unique at all. So I think in some aspects they are kind of unique. In some aspects, not so much. I'm probably going to give them a 1.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a 1. I was kind of basing it just on music though, because I'll get into image in a bit.
If I was basing it just on music, they'd get a 0.
Yeah, I think they were unique enough in like the old school rock kind of thing, the party feeling rock, like.
I wanna rock and roll all night. Party every day. It's right there in the lyrics.
Yeah, so they're kind of like more upbeat and party rock and like have fun, and the live shows are going crazy. Obviously, they wouldn't if they just started, but yep. So I'll give them a 1 based on that.
Okay.
Competition, their genre is high enough.
Very.
There's enough rock going around.
Yeah.
That would.
How do we think they would fare in their genre? Like
I think they'd do okay.
You still think that they'd be able to command like a decent sized fan base, anywhere near the size of theirs now?
No, not near the size now. But I think they would. I think people would know their name.
Okay.
I'll give them a 1 for competition.
Yeah, I think it's got to be.
Level of controversy.
Well,
Pretty high.
it really depends if Gene Simmons can actually look at a female without wanting to molest them.
I wasn't expecting that sentence to come out your mouth. Crikey. You've made me fart.
Wow. Oh, wow. Jesus.
I don't know what I ate today. What did I eat today? Oh, that's right. I had a mixed grill.
Oh, great. So I'm going to have a mixed death.
Yes.
Um,
And halloumi fries.
level of controversy, I would say, is pretty fucking high.
Yeah, pretty high. That's because Gene Simmons is a cunt. And also, if he had his views these days, the band wouldn't make it very far. So they get a whole 0 on that one for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Image, would they need to change?
No, I
just
think.
saw the black flip again.
Yeah, there you go.
Welcome back. Today, what the news?
I think image wouldn't need to change. Probably not. No, I think that them dressing the way that they do on stage would probably make them fairly unique. It's one of the things that would make them unique.
How interesting. I think the image would absolutely need to change.
Why is that?
Because they would be the ones copying Black Veil Brides at this point.
Wow.
Not the other way around of Black Veil Brides copying Kiss with makeup. I don't think it would go down well. The face paint
To be
anymore.
fair, though, Black Veil Brides don't do that anymore.
They don't. That's true.
However, they would have done it at one point, and people remember that.
Yeah, and I just don't think it's not just a Black Veil Brides thing. I think Marks. I'm going to bed, man. You take over.
Marks.
Fair enough.
No.
Thank you. I don't think masks are so much of an issue. I think that face paint just not going to work. It doesn't have that cool thing to it anymore. It's just like, oh, that's a bit weird.
But then, all right, let me ask you this: if they were to change their image, what would benefit them at this stage?
To not have face paint.
So you think just
I just don't
some
think
old
that's
guys going out on stage and just doing their thing, dressed normally?
Yeah. I mean, the clothes aren't too bad. Like, they're kind of a bit mad, and that's fine. I just feel like the face paint wouldn't work in this day and age. It just doesn't look right, and there's not that cool thing about it because there's been so many bands since.
I'm gonna give them a 1. I am gonna give them a 1 just purely because it's not like their entire image needs to change. They could literally take the face paint off, keep the crazy hair and the crazy clothes, and that would still make them quite an interesting band to go and see live.
Yeah, it's a low 1, but it's a 1. Yeah, it was about to be a 0 until you said that.
Current day relevance, not very high. In my opinion, not very high.
But not nothing either. I need to. It's time for this to happen again. I need to focus for a few minutes. I can just see what the fuck's going on. Hi, I can see you all now. God, you look lovely. Although I'll take those panties away from the chair, we can see those.
Huh?
I think talking to the crowd.
All right.
Huh?
Huh?
I'll give him a 1. I'll give him a 1 for this because it's a low 1 again. But
yeah. Which actually brings me to a grand total of 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 for you as well. Madness. Kiss. Fuck off, mate. Crazy. I never thought I'd really say those words. But there you have it.
Akadaka Wakamaka.
Akadaka Wakamaka. AC/DC. Uniqueness in the present day. Nobody really sounds like that.
I'd say they're pretty damn fucking unique.
I'm going to give them a straight up 2. And we don't even really need to talk about it that much just because there's so many ways in which they're fairly unique still.
Yep.
It's part of the reason why they're still releasing fucking successful albums.
Yeah. Competition in the genre is fairly big.
Yeah, fairly big, but I think do many bands stand to fight them? Nah, not really.
No. I'm giving them a 1.
I'm actually going to give them 2.
Oh, hot diggity.
Hot diggity daffodils.
You crazy you are.
I know. Level of controversy. There's never really been that much around them, is there?
Not really. I mean, we'll get more onto this in image in a minute, but I feel like if they came out dressed the way they did now,
a schoolboy kind of
thing,
there'd probably be a bit of a roar about that, and it depends really. I mean, obviously, with all of this kind of terrorist attacks and stuff, would they be allowed to release a song called TNT? Who knows?
It's dynamite. Still.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I nearly lost my rice cake.
That is the worst thing to lose on a Monday.
Yeah.
other than your virginity. That's not how you do it. Okay. Level of controversy, it's low enough to be A2, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm gonna give him a 1 myself personally because I do think you raise a point. The image and stuff would raise enough of a controversial story nowadays. Old men dressing like schoolboys, really.
Yeah, you're right. I'll keep it as a 1.
I'll keep it as a 1 for me personally. And then we move on to image. Would they change? Fucking
They'd
absolutely.
have to. The image is not good enough,
Absolutely.
and that for that reason they score a 0.
Yeah, I will agree with that. Current day relevance though.
Yeah, how the world's changed around them, not much. They've kind of there's nothing that would affect them really,
Nah, I wouldn't have thought so.
apart from TNT, like you said. So they get a 2.
Cool.
I've
7 out of 10.
Done that wrong. 6 out of 10 for me.
Mod.
Deaf Leopard.
Leopard. Def Leonard. Uniqueness in the present day. Assuming
No.
that they're in a present day where Bon Jovi are also coming out, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just think all these 15 bands coming out at the same time. Jesus.
It's crazy madness.
Yeah, I would have to say that their uniqueness isn't very high at all. Scores a 0.
I think if we were going to say it about Bon Jovi, we have to at least give them a 1 for uniqueness because coming out now, nobody really sounds like Bon Jovi. Nobody really sounds like Def Leppard either.
Do they not though?
Not
Is it
really.
just more rock?
Yeah, how many people are doing that? Like you made the point for Bon Jovi. How many people are actually really doing that at this point? Not many. I'm going to give them a 1. I'm definitely going to give them a 1. Just purely because there aren't a herd of bands that sound like Def Leppard at this stage.
No. Alright, 1.
Competition.
Competition, pretty high again.
Somewhat, yeah. Competition in their genre specifically.
Worth a 1.
Yeah.
Level of controversy, not really. I mean, I guess if they came out as they are now, as in human beings, a drummer with a 1 arm coming out would not controversial, but
Yeah,
it'd be
exactly. It's just it would be something that I think more people would be like, wow, that's impressive. Drummer with 1 arm.
yeah.
Sounds like a drummer with 2 arms. Pretty cool. I'd fancy do that. It's not controversial. Controversial is like, oh, that's weird. That's like off the record. That's fucked up. I don't really think that anybody would be like that. I would think more people nowadays, especially, like, I feel like that would have come closer, and even then, in my opinion, it wouldn't be classed as controversy, but I think that would have been closer when they did surface, because people were like, whoa, famous person with 1 arm? What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not Hollywood.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas nowadays, it would be like, that's really fucking impressive. He deserves to be in Hollywood.
Yeah, give him a 2 for
I'm
controversy.
going to give him a 2. For sure.
Image would need to change. No, not really. It's fine, they are.
Prosthetic limb. Nick Lutie, Kiss. 4 out of 10, mate.
4 out of 10.
Wop, wop.
That's how they'd fare today.
Yeah, unfortunately, dude. Sorry. Yeah, they didn't. They didn't go to. I'm loving the fact that his background is Kiss as
Yeah.
well. Whoopsie.
He is Kiss, effectively.
Sorry, Nick. Where did we get to? Image. Def Leppard. Would it need to change? Probably not. No.
No.
No. I'm gonna give him 2.
2.
Fucking hell. Def Leppard to beat Kiss.
That's weird, isn't it?
That is a little bit weird. Current day relevance. I fall down here. I don't really think that there's anything that's relevant about them.
No.
I'm not pour any sugar on you, baby.
Well, it doesn't change much around them to affect them, though. The current relevance of them coming up, I just got to give them a 1 for it.
Yeah, it's fair. Which puts them on even strokes with AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Metallica at 7 out of 10 for me. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, 7. Led Zeppelin. This is a biggie.
This is a biggie. Uniqueness in the present day. Some and some.
I mean, there'd be Coffee and Greta Van Fleet.
This is true, but I mean, yeah, if they were to come out like literally today,
Yeah.
it would be way too close to Greta Van Fleet. I think people would be all over the Greta Van Fleet hype, and then these guys would probably get the whole like, you're just trying to sound like that band because they're seeing some success.
Yeah, weird.
Assuming that Greta Van Fleet would see success now without the whole story, the whole controversy of being likened to Zeppelin.
Yeah, because they'd just be a new band.
They would just be a new band, but then let's use that as a benchmark to assess whether Zeppelin would be very good now. Because do you think that Greta Van Fleet would be popular without?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
So I think that for that reason, Led Zeppelin at least have to get a 1.
For uniqueness, yeah, uniqueness, because if Greta weren't there, they'd be very unique. They'd probably get 2, but Greta are there, and
that's enough to
stops
knock it
uniqueness,
down.
competition in the genre, 1 band, give them a 2.
Yeah, I would say that's worth a 2.
Level of controversy, if they came out now, again, I don't think there'd be much issue if they came out now.
None
No.
whatsoever, apart from maybe if they were still, using drugs and their entire band name is about bombs dropping. So Led Zeppelin is. You okay there?
Yeah, I'm like, you're really grey, and I was like, even your jumper's gone grey, but it is grey.
Yeah, my jumper's grey, and this looks grey
Yeah.
on the camera.
Yeah.
We've noticed this before. When
Out here, you are a grey man. We'll see it in a sec.
I mean, I'm grey man with somebody's arm across my chest, so.
And my last name is Grey.
Kieran Gray. Wow, that's so weird. That's so bizarre. I mean, at least my skin tone isn't grey, so there's that. It's just jaundice.
Jaundice.
Yeah.
So yes, where were we? Level of controversy 0. So
I'm gonna
give them a 2 because they would have no controversy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a 2.
Give them 2. Image they need to change.
I really don't think so. They were just normal guys. They dress normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they continue to do that, then they'll just fall into that same sort of thing. So they're getting a 2 for that. Current day relevance, I think for the same reasons that there's barely any competition in their genre and uniqueness.
Probably get a 1.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, which puts them at 8 out of 10
Correct,
cats.
I agree. Aerosmith was his full name.
If that is their real name. Uniqueness in the present day.
Pretty unique.
Pretty unique. Nobody really sounds like Steven Tyler.
No. Their style of music. Yeah, it's got to be a 2 in it.
I almost want to mark them down to a 1 for their style of music because that is the only thing that can be likened to other bands is the kind of music they play, especially if Def Leppard and bands like Bon Jovi and stuff. Like Steven Tyler's obviously got like a uniqueness about his voice, but it's still that kind of music. In fact, one of my friend's mums is literally a massive Bon Jovi and Aerosmith fan. Like they are her 2 bands, and for a lot of people, you can imagine them liking that. But uniqueness in the present day, if they were to come out nowadays, I would still say they're fairly unique. So yeah. I'm gonna give them a 2.
Competition in their genre.
There'd be a bit.
Yeah, a moderate amount.
I'm going to give them a 1 because I still think that they would stack up against that competition.
Yeah.
I think they'd still do alright.
Level of controversy.
Didn't
Steven Tyler marry a 15-year-old? Did I imagine that?
I sincerely hope so.
But I hope he married her? Or...
No, I sincerely hope you imagined it. Although that does call into question what you were imagining.
What do my nuts off?
Yeah, I was going to say, you got some fetishes that I don't really want to talk about.
Let's not. Steven Tyler marries...
I went to school with a guy called Steven Tyler.
Young person.
He did not marry a 15-year-old.
Steven Tyler once had a 14-year-old girlfriend that her parents signed over.
Wow. When was that?
In 1975, Steven Tyler... And the news! In 1975, Steven Tyler convinced the parents of 14-year-old groupie Julia Holcomb to sign over guardianship to him so that she could live with him in Boston. Here's a photo of them together.
What the actual fuck?
Thanks to feelnumb.com for this image.
Copyright censorship.
Tyler, who was 27 at the time, dated and did drugs with Holcomb for 3 years before they eventually broke up after unplanned pregnancy, which resulted in an abortion.
Wow.
Tyler returned Julia to her parents at the age of 17. Julia, mentioned in the book, walked this way as Diane Hall to conceal her identity.
Well, it's all over the fucking net now, so what was the point in that? Disgraceful. So, I mean, assuming... how are we going to play this then? Because that happened back in the 70s, is that...
Well, it shouldn't have been acceptable back then, but somehow...
Well, no, obviously not, but, like, are we going to... Because obviously that was a byproduct of his fame. No random guy that has absolutely fuck all going for him is going to walk up to somebody in the street and be like, sign over your daughter, please. And they'll be like, yeah, sure. So that was definitely him using his position and fame to obtain that. So are we going to assume that he would do that if he was to receive that fame now? Because if he did that now, I'm going to have to give them a 10 for controversy.
I mean, yeah, it would have to happen now, like, I guess.
Like
the same,
a minus
going down
5,
the same story.
I would take down, like...
Like, that's technically, so that's... He was the legal father of that person.
That's disgraceful. Legal father of somebody that you are nailing and doing drugs with. How fucking wrong is your life?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 0 for controversy.
For sure. Image, would they need to change? Yes, and probably your identity, because if you did that shit nowadays, you're getting whacked.
I don't think they'd change the image too much, no.
No. It would probably still do them favours to dress the way that they do on stage.
Yeah, give them a 2.
So, yeah.
How the world around them has changed.
Current day relevance, I mean, loving an elevator.
In place.
How many people still want to bang in an elevator? Quite a few. How many people want to listen to songs about it? Not so many.
Sophie says, to be fair, if Armageddon had a different song, what would the world be? I agree.
Yeah.
That song is that film. I don't want to close.
Mad.
Yeah.
Tough. Current day relevance. That is actually a real tough one for Aerosmith.
I'm going to give him a 1 on this.
Yeah?
I feel like most of these bands will get a 1 on this one because it's kind of... whereas some of them will be like a dead set 0 or dead set 2. And that's that. So, for me, 6 out of 10.
Yeah. 6 out of 10.
Bletskis. The era of pants. Pantera.
Here we go. Uniqueness in the present day. No other band in the world would come out and release a hair metal sort of album and then just go straight into tearing your fucking nuts off hardcore metal.
Yep.
So that would be pretty unique in itself. In my opinion, not many guitarists have come along since Dimebag that have managed to produce that kind of level of just fucking... Yeah, man.
I don't think their uniqueness is that high. In this
Nowadays,
day and age.
no. And it seems almost criminal to say that, but I actually do think they'd only get a 1.
Yeah, it's just a 1, isn't it? You are the one and only.
Competition in their genre quite high, but I think they would fucking smash it. I really do.
Yeah, I'll give them a 1. Because there's enough competition for them.
Level of controversy.
Yes.
High.
It was the white wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has the power.
They are a band that not base themselves, but they heavily include the image of the Confederate flag, and that would not go down now.
No, it would not.
On that basis and things that have been said between certain people,
they've got to get a 0.
0. Image will need to change. No.
They did. I mean, even when they started playing the hardcore metal, they kept the sort of like spandex and crazy hair and stuff. And it was these guys were one of the first bands that just sort of thought, do you know what? Let's go up on stage and just wear whatever the fuck we want.
Dimebag is live and in the band because we wouldn't do Queen otherwise, Sophie, would we? You Vegemite sandwich.
Vegemite sandwich. Excellent. I love it.
Thanks. I agree.
Image, would they need to change? No. So I'm going to give them a 2.
Would they change the image? Nah, man.
Current day relevance.
How the world around the balance changed is not going to help in their favour because it's that goes along with the controversy of in a lot less racist world. and it's not going to go down well. If you're on a small band with the Confederate flags, it's probably not going to help you. The only reason that if they were around today from then, the only reason they would still be using them if they were was because they've been using them for years.
Yeah.
So this is disgusting. I'm giving them a 0 for that.
Which gives me a grand total of 5.
Gives me a 4.
Wow, they are the same as Kiss. What the fuck?
Man, that's mad.
I'm not sure how to process that
If I
information.
had to number the bands without any of these categories, I would have guessed Pantera and Kiss were two of the highest, or at least like middle to high.
I'm very glad that you suggested doing it this way now, though, because this is producing some pretty fucked up results.
Yeah.
Faith No More, uniqueness in present day,
Yeah, pretty high.
pretty fucking high. I'm actually going to give them 2.
So am I.
Competition in their genre, they would
Middle to low.
very middle to low. I would say erring on the side of low for sure, but I suppose.
I'm gonna surprisingly, I think they're like a 1.7. So
I'm gonna
2.
give them a 2 as well.
Yeah.
Level of controversy, they've never really had any.
No, if it came out now, I'm sure their twisted themes wouldn't go down so well.
I mean, there's a lyric in
Midlife crisis.
Midlife Crisis, your menstruating heart.
That sounds good to me.
I'm
gonna give them a 1 because they would be a controversial bit if it came out now.
Yeah. Image, would they need to change? No, never.
No, because it aids them.
It really does, yeah.
A lot higher than I thought it'd be. So 2 for that one for me.
Yep. And
how the world
day relevance.
It's kind of low, I'd say. I don't think there'll be.
I still don't think it's worth a 0 though. I agree with you in that sense. Like it's the first one that you think of that's like, to be fair, would they stack up in today's standards? Probably not the greatest deal, but they wouldn't be cast aside. So I think that they've got to get a 1.
Yeah, they will get 1 from me as well. The world around them changing hasn't really affected them much as a band. I'm sure there's some like, if it came out today and they're a band called Faith No More with a Jewish star, I'm sure there'll be some issues with it. But that's about it, really. So yeah, 1, which gives them an 8.
Yeah, 8 out of 10. Fucking wild. Higher than I would have ever thought.
Yeah, I was thinking probably like a 4 or 5 will come out of them.
And we move on to our final band of Guns and Roses.
Welcome to the jungle. We got 50 bands.
Unique in the present day.
Yeah, pretty unique.
I would still say so, yeah, because nobody really sounds like Axl. Slash is fucking phenomenal. Always has been, always will be. Yeah. Yeah. I would say they've probably still got to get a 2, which is... That's a true testament to them, really, because what made them popular is that they were literally unalike to anything else.
And still are now, yeah.
And quite a lot of people have said that, obviously, people that were alive for both have said that, you know, since the Beatles, nobody really came close to achieving that kind of thing. And Guns have definitely been the band that have been most likened to achieving that same level of status in such a short space of time.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I still think that would stand today. Uniqueness in the present day is pretty high. I'm going to give them 2. Competition in the genre.
Not much.
I really don't think so. So they would probably still get a 2 for me as well. Level of controversy.
Pretty high. Medium to high.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a 1.
Yep, same.
Image. Would they need to change?
No, not really. I don't think so. I'm gonna give them a 1 because the image. I don't think it's like. I think like it did them big favours back then, but the image wouldn't do massive favours from now. But they don't need to change it either.
Do you not think?
No.
I still think the image, the whole kind of like bad boy biker looking things, levers. I still think that that's a key part of their aesthetic.
Yeah, but that's you're sure not basing it on that what they had before, like from their time frame. Like,
well, yeah, but I still think if they came out now and they dressed like that, I still think it would be the difference between them being like, wow, it's Guns and fucking Roses, to like, yeah, it's Guns and Roses, they're a really good band. People would be like, yeah, because it's part of that image.
It's not as big as that for me.
Fair. I'm still gonna give it 2. Current day relevance. I think less people are interested in what they would write songs about.
Yeah, sex and tits is a big thing of their music history. I don't think people care about that. So not high, but not dead. I don't know. Would it be dead?
Nah, I think they get
No,
a
I
1.
think. Oh no, it's tough that one.
I'm gonna give them a 1. I mean, one of my favourite Guns N' Roses song is "You Could Be
Pussy.
Mine." There's the pussy back. Pussy.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Oh, it's tough. I'm gonna give it. How the world has changed around them. People don't really care for that music anymore. No, I'm gonna give him a 0 on that. Give me a 6 out of 10.
Crazy. I'm way ahead of you on an 8.
Cool. So those are our 15 bands.
Yep.
Let's go down the list again. We'll do it in numeric order. So none of us have got 0 out of 10, or 1 out of 10, or 2 out of 10, or 3 out of 10, have we?
Nope.
So 4 out of 10s. I've got Pantera and Kiss.
I have just got Kiss for 4 out of 10. But 5 out of 10. I have Pantera and Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I got Pink Floyd. 6s. I've got Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, AC/DC, and that's it.
I didn't get any 6s.
No?
That's fucking wild. Crazy.
Wow, bang.
7s though. I've got Metallica, Black
Hello.
Sabbath, Twisted Sister,
Hello, kitty cat.
Akadaka, Def Leppard. So yeah, fair few 7s.
7, I have got.
What's that? Your ass is famous. You just gotta make fame, ain't you?
So my 7s, I've got Def Leppard, Twisted Sister, and Metallica.
8s, I've got Queen, Iron Maiden, Led Zeppelin. Oh, I lied. Sorry, I do have 1/6 Aerosmith.
Okay.
Yeah, 8. Sorry, Iron Maiden, Queen, Led Zeppelin, Faith No More, Guns N' Roses.
And my 8s are Faith No More, Led Zeppelin, Bon Jovi, Black Sabbath, and Iron Maiden.
Are you gonna do a massive shit again?
I was thinking about saving it until later.
Right. Well, I'd appreciate it if you did, because I can't ruin these jeans again.
I'm not shitting in your jeans.
No, you're right, but I'm not even gonna joke about it.
9s, I've got Queen.
I've got Bon Jovi.
And no 10s.
No 10s whatsoever. So
that is mad.
That is fucking mad. My highest is Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Who the fuck would have thunk it?
And I'm not surprised by Queen being my highest. Well,
Not in a minute, no.
No, but I thought
Twice in one
beforehand, even like when I first put this out in my head, I was like, the top ones would be Queen, Metallica, and Sabbath, I think, and that's 9, 7, 8 in that order. I also thought probably Pantera, but Pantera's fucking 4, as you do. Cool.
Madness.
There you go. So those are 15 bands that we think would or would not fare in the day and age of today.
Yes. So we move on to our weekly album review.
Yes.
So this was Kieran's choice.
It bloody well was.
And we are reviewing Hate Crew Death Roll by Children of Bodom.
Yes. I'll start.
Yeah, if you like. I need to ask, what do you think I thought of this album?
At first I think you're going to like it, and that tone of voice has gone with my second opinion that maybe you don't. I hope you like it, because I think it's fucking awesome, but we'll see.
Interesting. Okay.
So Needle 24/7 is the first track. So started off with my favourite Bodom song of all time, a great kick-off with fast-paced guitar work. And drums. The vocals are mainly screaming, which is what Bodom do in the vast majority of their tracks. I love the groove of this song throughout.
Yeah, so I put excellent start to the album. Musically straight in there with epic drums and a killer riff. Immediately less sure why I haven't listened to much of them before.
Nice.
And I just wanted to sort of cap that off with a cool entrance/intro into Six Pounder, our next song.
Good transition to this track. The short, widdly guitar solos sound great, and the drum work continues to impress.
Yep. Brutal riff throwing you into a headbang-worthy through-and-through track. Alex has a much more powerful approach to vocals than I thought, thoroughly enjoying every element so far.
Okay, good. Chokehold, cocked and loaded. Love the guitar solo here so much. Oh, I thought it was the continue, wasn't it? I love the guitar here. I'm done with my life. Love the guitar solo here so much. It has a retro game sound to it, which is great, although I'm not sure if that was intended. Other than that, a good track.
Another sick track. This is so me that I feel ashamed I haven't done this already. That guitar and keyboard solo kicks you in the balls so hard I'll have triplets conjoined by the head.
That's weird. Bowden Beach Terror.
Yeah.
One of the main things I love about this album / Bowden as a whole is the symphonic parts they have in their music, and this track showcases a bit of that. Another solo track that finishes with a somewhat psychotic spoken section, which leads nicely into next song.
Bone and Beach Terror, which is this song. This album just gets better and better. I love the drums, but more importantly, that guitar solo is just too awesome. The keyboard into drum fill exit is great as well. So I am thoroughly enjoying this album up to this point.
Okay. Angels Don't Kill. One of the best tracks on the album. This has a slower pace than what we've heard so far. It shows that they can adapt to a slightly different style. The track feels darker than the rest.
I love how you can confuse yourself. Like, what did I write?
The track feels darker than the rest, probably due to the pace difference. Whilst there are less over-the-top impressive solos, it feels like the band really came together more on this song.
Yeah, I'll agree. Our first taste of a slower track, and it's awesome. This is different from most of the Bodum I know, so interesting to see the variety, 6 solos and eerie throughout.
Yes. Triple Corpse Hammer Blow. The song's style changes a few times throughout, but always keeps to a stellar fast pace. All instruments shine here, and the mysterious back symphonics at certain points work very well.
Yeah, I actually quite like the orchestral and symphonic kind of opening into another good track. However, so far the weakest for me. Solo is mad, and that's great, but just lacking ever so slightly elsewhere. Gang vocals are a good effect, though.
Cool.
Just want to point out that it's the weakest so far. That doesn't mean it's weak by any means. It's just the weakest so far.
You're better off dead.
Thanks. Yeah, picking back up again. The crystal keyboard really adds to this. One of my faves on the album. They are fucking great at what they do.
Yep. You're better off dead. Yet another good song. However, whilst I feel every song is different on this album as a fan, I can see that non-fans may find some of the tracks samey by this point. Next track, Little Blood Red Riding Hood. Good song with spectacular guitar work. Has that retro game soundtrack vibe towards the end again. And that's that.
It's far from bad and has a great name, but apart from the usual sort of suspects being great, i.e. the drums, guitar, keyboard, not a massively standout track. Nothing bad, as I say, just no major sort of standout elements for me.
Sick.
Namesake.
Yes, the final track, Hate Crew Death Roll. Love the melodic intro, which somewhat stays with the song throughout. The slightly less screaming chorus is great too. Overall, oh no, that's the last part. Yes.
Overall, wait, no.
Screaming, yes. The chorus is great too.
Yeah, Hate Crew Death Roll, Namesake, well deserved. It's not my favourite on the album, but it's still a really good track. Just a really good way to wrap up the disc.
Excellent. What is your favourite track, by the way?
My favourite was You're Better Off Dead.
I swear you just said it was the least best so far.
No, that was Angels Don't... Wait. Triple Corpse Hammer Blow was the weakest one for me so far.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, You're Better Off Dead. Picking back up again, the crystal keyboard really adds to this. One of my faves on the album.
Oh.
They're fucking great at what they do.
Sick, fam. So yeah, overall it's a great album and is the best of their discography before Hexed, because I haven't listened to Hexed yet and apparently it's fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Apparently it's the best album since this one, funnily enough.
Mad.
An amazing display of all their skills, especially the guitar.
Yeah, that was a wild ride. Absolutely cracking album through and through. Really shot myself by not trying them out before. A few of these have gone onto playlists. Great guitars, great drums. The drums are also spot on, and the vocals are just great for the kind of music that they play. What do you think I gave this?
Well, before you started saying my guess was a 6, now I'm going to guess you're going to go for an 8.
I gave this a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
It's a fucking excellent
Blimey.
album. It is an excellent album.
Good, I'm glad.
Good choice, sir.
This is tough for me. I'm stuck between two because that's what I do best.
Just out of curiosity, what's happening for next week, review-wise?
Well, it's Rob's choice, as every time after Kieran's choice.
Shit.
So while I talk, you think.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Hex, My Children of Bodom.
Funny.
Okay.
I mean, it could be a good time to get in a certain band that you put through for a poll twice but failed. You'd have to choose a different album from those polls, probably. Or at least from the second poll. Anyway, I'll leave you to that. I am stuck between 8 and 9 myself for this album.
Okay.
I originally went for 9. I was like, is it really a 9? But yeah, I'm going to go with 9. 9 out of 10. Fucking cracking album.
Madness, madness, madness.
So, to build up a few more seconds, we thank you for joining us on this great 38th episode. Next week, we'll have our 49th, because we're skipping 11 episodes. What he thinks.
Fuck off.
39th episode will be next week, and the topic we will be going for, we haven't decided which bands yet. We're going to discuss this in the next very short time, like tomorrow or Wednesday, because we need to get something going in our heads.
Yeah,
we're going to choose 10 artists that we're both very familiar with, and we're going to rank their albums in order from worst to best. Spoiler alert, Avenged Sevenfold will be in it. Slipknot will probably be in it. Architect will probably be in it. If you know enough Alter Bridge, they'll probably be in it.
I can get to know enough Alter Bridge.
Yes. So, yeah, that's that. And also, as prepared earlier, next week's review is Rob's choice of...
Bear with me, because I'm choosing between two at this point in time. Okay. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, so we've talked about Incubus quite a lot.
We have.
Over the course of this podcast, and I feel like we've generally stuck to the usual suspects of, well, pretty much just the one album, really. Make Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How much more do you know of theirs?
I know a bit of Science, and another one I can't remember the name of.
If I was to show you that album cover, does that look
I
familiar?
recognise it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not familiar with it. Massively.
No, not really. I don't see the track names.
Excellent. We are going to do Morning View by Incubus.
Morning View by Incubus.
I will save Alice in Chains because I feel like there will be a time and a place for it. I really do, and I don't feel like this week is it.
Okay.
So
Would you say their styles are pretty different on this album compared to Make Yourself?
You could somewhat say that in some ways, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So not Make Yourself. Morning View by Incubus will be reviewed next week.
View.
And after that,
This has some of my favourite tracks on it. Some of them, not overall favourites, but
it's I Miss You on that one.
couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Okay.
But nice to know you is.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Sweet. So yeah, anything else you want to say?
No, apart from sorry for dropping the ball on the album review.
We will be next week here, and I think next week we might have a little announcement involving possibly 32 or 16 things we did last year. More on that as we develop. Join us here.
I mean, I don't actually think you looked anywhere probably
Not.
near it. But...
Let's find out. We're going to watch ourselves. You're watching us. Watch us.
Just in time for the feed to start freezing out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Join us next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Cut the bullshit.